everyone, it's Kate, and in this speed build I'm building a family home on a 40 by 40 lot. The house has a decent size for your average sim family, I would say. It includes 3 bedrooms, 1 master bedroom, 2 kids rooms, and also 2 bathrooms. As I said, I built on a 40 by 40 lot, but the house itself is not too big. It's just that there is a lot of landscaping going on around the house, as you are going to see. And there's also a little special extra. I built a lake or a pond and included a dog, so it really does look like a lake. And your Sims can use the dog and jump in and have a swim, so it's fully functional. Here you can see how I'm building the shape of the house. I wanted this house to look very traditional, very classic. Even though I developed the floor plan myself, I still wanted it to look like something that technically could exist in real life. And as you will see, the roofing was really tricky. Not at first it wasn't, but then I realized that a part of the roof was bugging inside the interior, and it was a fully closed room. It was that it was bugging into the room at the top and it looked horrible. So in the end I made some changes so it all looks nice and neat on the inside. There are 2 kids rooms, as I said, and they have the same size. The master bedroom is on the other side of the hallway, and I decided to use the smaller room for the master bedroom, which may seem weird, but I thought that a kid's room usually includes a desk and toys and other kind of stuff, so I simply used the bigger rooms for the kids' rooms. I mean, at the end of the day, the bedroom just includes a bed and a drawer and a mirror and all that kind of stuff, so I thought that it would look good, especially because the 2 kids rooms have the same size, which is very fair and very good for your Sims kids, and I really like how it turned out. And you just saw how I built the little roof over the patio. I used a fence to create a grid, and I felt that I wanted to add a little something special so it looks a little bit different. I have built these kind of roofs multiple times and I wanted to mix things up, so I simply added a roof on top and used some glass so you could see through the glass and the grid is still visible. I also used a lot of columns in this build, and I placed them at the side of the little roof. A lot of them, there's only 1 grid in between each column. And the reason for that is because I was going for a half-turn build look. This is something that is also used in Tudor. I was not going for a Tudor look. I used the red wood on the outside, as you can see. At first it reminded me of a Scandinavian kind of style, but I added a lot of columns to create this half-timbered look in combination with the panels that came the Get to Work pack. So I created a unique kind of look that remotely reminds me of Tudor, but it has nothing to do with Tudor at the end of the day. And here I'm using a little wall decoration that came with the Dine Out pack. I think it goes so well with all the white columns, the white fence, and the white frames that I used for the roof. As you saw, but I did not mention it, I copied the roof and then I simply layered them. So some of the roofs are lower than others, and this way I created this little cute look at the edge of the roof. When I was first working on the idea for this house, I originally just had in mind that I wanted to build a traditional family home. I had no idea into which direction this would be heading. And I planned to use a blue-green exterior, and I wanted to use red windows, but I didn't like it, so just switched things around and I used some red on the outside and some green windows. I think that the red just gives it a Scandinavian look, but the roofing and all the little details just does not make it look Scandinavian at all, so I can't even tell you which kind of architectural style this would be. Leave me a comment if you have any suggestion. I was just being creative with this and just added stuff until I really enjoyed how it looks. I mean, at the end of the day, this is what's so fun about this game, just being creative, and while I sometimes really enjoy to stick to a certain architectural style, it can be so much fun to just develop your own kind of look. And I don't know, somehow it reminds me of a Dutch build, which is probably absolutely not what this looks like. It's just something that, I don't know, just a feeling I had. I have no idea. So yeah, leave me a comment if you have any suggestion what this might be. In other news, have you guys watched the Maxis monthly stream? They announced terrain tools. I can't believe it. I'm so excited. They also announced a new career, and the update is completely free. Originally, they wanted to release it in October, but they said that it will be released later, not in October, but I will patiently wait. I think it's a good thing that they are not rushing things, because at the end of the day, we want it to function properly, so I will be patient and at the same time very impatient, because I'm already thinking of stuff that I want to build with it. They're just completely new possibilities. We will be able to build stuff that was impossible before the update. I just love to do landscaping. It's one of the things that is most fun for me about building. And sometimes I just create a room and I use some rocks on the side to make it look like a hill. And now we will be able to simply build a hill or a small mountain. And this is just so exciting. I'm also curious how the new career, the influencer career, will be. I also love to play, even though building is my biggest passion. I also love to play, and I will definitely try out the new career once the update is out. And yeah, let's see when they will release it. And here I'm starting to add individual rooms, and you can see what I mentioned earlier, that the roof is bugging into the house. But don't worry, I'm going to fix this, as you will see later. So if you want to download this lot and play on it, you can do this. Everything will be fixed. And I also playtest my lots, and I placed them to make sure that everything is alright. You can find the information in the description box. I also added my Facebook and Twitter link. If you want to follow me, you can get updates, and I would be happy if you would do that. I decided to have a path all around the lake, and I added a lot of rocks so it looks natural. This way it looks like a little pond or a small lake and not like a pool. I used the watercolor that came with the jungle pack, and as you will see, I'm using these little cute bricks that are debug objects. They are for free, and I don't even think that they're supposed to be bricks, but they just look like bricks, and they're really cool for using them for paths like this or for a patch, and I really like how they look. If you want to use them, you simply have to open the cheat console, enter testing cheats true, and then bb.show hidden objects. After that, you go to search, enter debug, and then you can filter for base game only. This way you can find them easily. Then you simply scroll down until you see them. There is a white option. I used these, as you can see, but there's also one that is more on the orangey side color-wise. And I have to tell you guys something. Not only the update news shook me to the core, but something else did, literally, because we had an earthquake, and it was really scary, even though it wasn't that bad. But it was around, I think, 2 a.m. and I was chilling in the living room. I was about to go to bed. I am a night owl. I have a tendency to stay up too late, and I was chilling on the sofa, cuddling the cat, and then I just start to hear this very loud, scary rumbling noise, and my feet are on the ground. I'm sitting on the sofa and I feel vibrations, and the house is shaking, not visibly shaking because it wasn't that bad. It wasn't like stuff falling down or anything, but you could just feel it, and the sound was so scary. And at first I didn't even realize what was going on because it just happened so fast, and you are just scared and you don't know what is going on. And then the birds on the outside started to make noises. It was 2 a.m. as I said, around 2 a.m. and usually birds don't make any noises at night, and they were just as scared and started to fly and make noises. And obviously animals are very sensitive to this kind of stuff, and my cat was mortified as well. And after everything was over, I just started to think about proper earthquakes, people who had to experience a really bad proper earthquake, because this was really nothing. It was just a small tiny earthquake, and I was already scared, and I just thought about what people are going through who experience a really bad, horrible earthquake. When I'm already scared when something like this happens, how is it to experience a very bad earthquake and losing everything? I mean, luckily no one was hurt or injured, or nothing broke here, because it was literally nothing, but I mean, it just puts things into perspective, I guess. Another factor is that I'm simply not used to this. This was the second earthquake that I experienced in my whole life. It's not that common here at all. And when I experienced the first earthquake, I was too small. I was very little. I don't remember anything. My mother told me that the next day I asked her why she was shaking my bed at night. I was probably half asleep, half dreaming, whatever, and I didn't realize what was even going on. And it was an earthquake that happened in the Netherlands where I was growing up. It was very close to the border to the Netherlands, and it was very bad. I think one lady even died, and there were multiple injured persons, and some houses were destroyed partially, and it was very scary, but I was too little to remember anything of that, and it's really not that common here. And the earthquake that I experienced a few days ago was due to fracking, which can sometimes cause small earthquakes, apparently, and this never really happened here before, so it was just a completely new experience. And here I'm starting to work on the interior. I decided to use a red and white theme on the inside. I used red wood on the exterior, and I wanted to continue the whole color scheme on the inside, and I decided to go for a modern kind of look, which I rarely did before. And I used the counters that came with the jungle pack, and I just think that the brown is so stunning. I wanted to add some warmth. I think that red is a very very modern color if you combine it the right way, but I also wanted to add some warmth so it still looks homey and cozy, and I think that the brown of the counters just adds to that feeling. I used a lot of stuff that came with the City Living pack, but I decided to combine it with stuff of other packs. This way I wanted to create a very modern interior, but also wanted to make it look cozy and homey, because I think when the interior is too modern, it just doesn't look very homey at all. So I was going for a nice combination. I mean, when you look on the exterior, it's a very classic family home, and you would not expect a 100% minimalistic modern interior. So I decided to make a nice combination so it has a modern lovely appeal, but also looks cozy and nice. And I think that red is a beautiful color, but it can look a little bit aggressive, and I wanted to have some warmth on the inside. And of course red is a very warm color, but because it can come across as a little bit aggressive, I mean, it's a very bold statement, you have a lot of red in the interior, I decided to combine some other objects and some other colors. The bathroom that I'm adding to the bottom is very warm colored, for example, and looks very homey. The floor and the walls also came with City Living, I think, and they're just stunningly beautiful. I just love the combination. They have the same color the kitchen has almost, so it all goes together very well. Before I started working on this build, I originally wanted to make another spooky build, because as I have mentioned 100 times, I just love Halloween so much, and I had a lot of fun when I was building my last build. It is a house that is based or inspired by The Nightmare Before Christmas, one of my favorite movies, and a lot of you guys said that you've watched 100 times as well, that it's one of your favorite movies, and I was so glad that I could build something that reminded some people of one of their most favorite movies and a lovely childhood memory, maybe even. But then I kind of felt inspired to make a traditional family home, but I'm just so excited for Halloween. I bought some makeup and a fake nose for Halloween, so I plan to dress up as a traditional classic witch. I've never done that before. One year I was a zombie and I was going all out. I used liquid latex to really create these gushing wounds and all that kind of stuff, and it was a lot of fun. And I'm not really sure into which direction I'm heading with the classic witch, because maybe I'm adding some liquid latex, so maybe it won't be this classic and maybe it's going to be a zombie witch. I'm not sure, but I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun. I have some green face paint, so I would look like a very classic witch, like the one out of that musical. What was it called again? I can't believe that I forgot the name, but you guys know what I mean. The musical with the wonderful witch. And yeah, I'm not sure. If you guys are celebrating Halloween, let me know as what you're dressing up. And it doesn't matter if you want to go to a Halloween party or if you just enjoy scaring kids at your door. Let me know how you are going to celebrate. I, for one, are very, very excited for Halloween. And yeah, I just can't wait. As you can see, I fixed the roofing situation. I think this way it looks perfectly fine. Nothing is bugging into the inside anymore, and it also looks very good on the outside. And I think that the bedroom turned out really nice. I mean, it's not that big, but it includes anything your Sims might need: a bed, a drawer, mirror, a nightstand. And as I said in the beginning, I decided to have bigger kids' rooms so there's enough space for the desks and the toys. And I personally really like when there are desks included in the kids' room so they can do their homework there, so it's more realistic. I mean, in real life it probably completely depends. I remember when I was small, when I was in elementary school, I used to do my homework in the kitchen and my mom was around, so I don't know, just kept me company and helped with some stuff. But in this game I really enjoy when they are using the desks in their kids' rooms, because I mean the desks don't serve any other purpose otherwise, because I usually don't add any computers to the kids' rooms, because it can be very stressful when you are having too many computers on one lot, because guests love to use them. Sims stop doing whatever they're doing just to use a computer, and there are mods out there to stop Sims from doing that. I'm not using mods personally, but you can do that if you want to, so your Sims will only use a computer when you are telling them to do so. As you can see, I kept the two kids' rooms very traditional. One is pink, one is blue. I just wanted to include both options. Of course, you can switch up the colors and change the furniture. I just wanted to include both options for a classic traditional family home. So this is it again, guys. This speed build is slowly coming to an end. I really hope that you had a lot of fun and enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. And if you want to download this house and play with it, you can find all the information in the description box. I also included my Facebook and Twitter link if you're interested. And if you have any form of constructive criticism, or if you want to let me know anything, just leave a comment. I will get back to you, I promise. And as always, I included screenshots and floor plans so you get an overview. And I hope I see you in the next video. Bye bye.